So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On the tackle.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
At the Bears, 16 yards.
Now it's Haskins. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
48-yard line.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 7.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him learn, can't relate. Watch his dirt out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murk, out the gate, on site, red, green, red, tight.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies.
They'll look to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. They'll try the counter here. Cohen. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 30.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
With this Washington 3, Bears nothing.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And it's 3rd down.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. 30, 10, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd and 6. He'll drop this one down to Cohen, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Deron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They run the counter. Cohen, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harris. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
4th down.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the Bears.
For the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Again, it's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That gain on 3rd down. Good for 28.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Makes this Washington 17. Bears 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
The Bears first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run. This is Cohen. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
The ball carrier.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First down, Chicago.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Mark 54. Mark 54.
He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Complete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
58 to Mike, 58.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
Time to go, night. Watch right. Here we go. Mike, check. In your face.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Good win.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Sometimes you need a phone, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes.
Play action. Haskins. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Haskins back to the air. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Haskins. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Brings up third down.
Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And take it right on the 30. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, defense. Out of time. It's out of time.
Now Haskins. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
Haskins.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on second down, Haskins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
Brings up third down and 7.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They go play action with Haskins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will be out of bounds as the third quarter comes to an end with an INT.
Play with this Washington 17, Bears 3.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Haskins, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. They go play action now. Haskins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that
way. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cohen. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
1st down, Bears.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Cohen. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
2nd and 11 now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you gonna?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter, getting down to the good stuff. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They run it again with Kamara. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Facing short yardage on 3rd down, but he was able to pick up a very sizable gain.
He certainly was, and I think that maybe they were fooled a little bit because you and I both know this is a passing league, and that's not normally a running down, and they fooled him with it. Safety had to make the play. Otherwise, he's still running, and the next thing, he runs right into the goalpost.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 26. Check 26.
Now it's Haskins. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Haskins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
The 8-yard line.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Check the backer, check the backer. Joker, 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 joker. 49, check 49, check 49. Check, check, look.
Kamara trying again. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
Let's see what they do here. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Washington, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.